And the Oddball Foundation is dedicated to mental health advocacy through art.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oddball Show features content intended for mature audiences. If you'd like to view a content warning before listening, please check out the episode description. The views put forth by our hosts and our guest reflect the speaker's opinions and not the official stance of Oddball Foundation. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy the show.
Shut up! You don't know what you're applauding. You don't know what you're applauding. Shut up! millions of dollars worth of technology, and all you're doing is applauding. Like, how many wars? How many crises? What's going on in the Congo? And all you do is applaud. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with applauding.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem.
No, it might be the problem. I'm the problem. That's me. I mean, slowly lurching towards your favorite city, pierced through the heart, but never
Must
killed.
Be exhausting. Always rooting for the anti-hero.
Did you hear my covert narcissism? I disguise as altruism, like some kind of congressman. Tale as old as time. Hello, everybody. This is Jason Wright, and I am here with my co-host Chad Prento for the week that was. We are excited to be here today. Chad, what's going on?
I have no Taylor Swift quotes, except that she's laughing at us. She's laughing at us from hell. She's laughing up at us from hell.
If hell is Kansas City,
she's laughing down at us to hell. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Hell is here, and this is the weaklings. This is the WEAK that was.
The weaklings that were. The weaklings that were. We've been lifting.
It's another week. Hey, I get hosting rights here. It's a weekend. I'm on the left side.
You host, Chad. I'll Vince McMahon. I mean, not Vince McMahon. Ed McMahon. You. I'm not gonna Vince.
We don't know how well that's going to be.
I will Ed McMahon you. How's that?
You did that on purpose.
I didn't. I did not do that on purpose. But
for the purposes of this video. TW, do not look up Vince McMahon unless you want to read some very truly disgusting stuff, which Jason did not know about until I informed him about 5 minutes ago. So
I literally said, "Hey, Chad, what's going on in the news?" And then he said, "Well, Vince McMahon's having a bad month." And then he went into
understand the ramifications of a multi-billion-dollar company that just became more powerful, having such feet of clay. It's a wonder they don't just collapse under their own weight. And all Jason can think of is dildos named after wrestlers. Anyway,
and we're not talking about Disney, folks. We're not talking about Disney.
Good God. Why do I turn to you as if I can actually see you from this side? But anyway,
I know, right?
Or to take it back to the WWE, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say to Bobby Heenan, "Will you stop?" So,
did that guy die? Is he dead?
They're both dead. They're both
dead. The thing about wrestlers, I'm not about to get into this, but they have a lifespan of like a dog, like a dog. Like dogs live like 10, 13 years. I mean, honestly, wrestlers don't.
Hogan must be a turtle, but anyway, he moves about just as quickly now, bro.
Hogan's gonna come on this podcast or just send me. He's the guy who will send us an email. I'm like, hey, fuck you.
God.
Cease and desist.
Okay. All right. Speaking of cease and desist, hello. We are the week that was. I am Chad Parento. This is Jason Wright. We review Oddball. What is Oddball? Well, that's what we review. To be more specific, it's a literary magazine featuring arts, photography, comics, poetry, even the occasional flash fiction piece or essay. And good Lord, Jason. And we are reviewing the previous week's worth of work in the hopes that you will not only help support it, read it, but also maybe even be part of the community that's ever growing at oddballmagazine.com as part of the Oddball Foundation. So,
Yeah.
with that said, let's get to next week. Oh, the first guy we usually start with is canceled. Ah, fuck it. Anyway, let's talk about Taylor Swift some more. Shake it off.
Shake it off. Shake it off, Chad. Shake it off. Shake it off, Chad.
Unfortunately, as you can tell by as evident by the graphic that was from last week,
I finally caught up with you.
yes, unfortunately, that was the opportunity to catch up with the Secrets of Skinny People because Jeffrey was unable to produce a comic at that time. As of today, today being January 29th, he is back. And I recommend you catch up with Secrets of Skinny People and follow the current storyline, which is, as you can tell, featuring characters of questionable legality and copyright freedom. And that's actually pretty good. And, featuring AI verse, CP chat, GPT, AI created characters, and so much more. Let's go with the comic. Person who wrote up that.
All right, so here's the comic. I finally caught up with you. All right.
Panel of the latest and greatest plot twist so far of 2024.
Yeah. All right.
Scove. Annie of the Scoves.
Annie of the Scove and Scove. The week that days of the week. Here we go. Oh, we got a good one here.
I'll do the live reading of this.
All right, live reading.
As opposed to the dead reading. Monday. Okay. When I was very young.
Keith. Go ahead, Chief.
I'm up, Mike. Okay, when I was very young, I would see an image associated with a certain word. These are the images for the days of the week. Monday was green money. Tuesday was the knob that a key from a toy xylophone hooked onto. Oddly specific, also green. Wednesday was a blue door. So not just an image, but a specific color. Thursday was yellow rice. It was one of my favorite foods. Oops. The kind from a packet. Friday was a reddish-brown book. Did I have a mild case of synesthesia? Saturday was green lettuce. Green again. Or was it a side effect of my Montessori education? Sunday was the sun, of course. And these are this is just the More Good Diary comics goodness. She got a little silly this week on Monday. Check out Oddball Magazine for our Monday cartoonist. As I said, Jeffrey Fallon is back and Ann Scove is continuing. And now we move to Monday.
Yep. Should we?
We move further up Monday. Oh, well, we get. Yeah. Read the bio. Read the bio, Dave.
Okay. All right.
It feels powerful being on the left side of the screen.
No, I feel really. What's the word? Weak.
Emasculated. Me too. Anyway.
Emasculated. Yes. That's what I say. Ann Scove lives in her hometown of Cincinnati. Her comics first appeared in local street papers, Street Vibes, and Article 25. She's a frequent contributor to Funny Times and Belt Magazine, both based in Northern Ohio. She considers having her comics up on your refrigerator door to be the highest form of praise. Reading them while you're on the can is an acceptable close second. Chad.
All right. So now we have two poems from Mike Masterson Gibbons. This is a poet who does timely acrostics and news pieces. We'll do a tease by way of doing the acrostic limerick, and people can read the larger poem if they visit oddballmagazine.com.
There you go.
They need incentives, boy. Incentives, that is. Anyway, so this is called Idler. Mm-hmm. Is Custard unwell? No, the crazy dude's merely incredibly lazy. Laid dead in his spot, even though he is not. Ready to help push up a daisy. Now, Mike Masterson Gibbons is a professor emeritus of mathematics at Florida State University. He has returned to live in his native England. His acrostic sonnets have appeared in many places, including Oddball Magazine, Rat's Ass Review, Washington Post, and elsewhere. This limerick was inspired by the Metro story, incredibly lazy horse named Custard keeps making people think he's dead.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
And again, this is some of the this is some of the lighter, timely stuff that we deal with at Oddball. Some more serious stuff is going to be coming back for February next week. You know who I'm talking about, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying just stay tuned for that. We could use some more timely stuff on a serious note. We have some more stuff coming. It's trickling down slowly, but we could always use your help at oddballmagazine.com. Check out our submission guides.
So this poem here, there's two poems here, and they're both pulled from the headlines. One, should I say what they are? Yeah, one's about a mouse and one's about a horse, and it's not the mouse is caught on camera cleaning a man's shed.
There you go.
Night. Like a kid's book, like a kid's book.
There you go.
Like a really good show. All right, we have oddball stories, Chad. What's going on with this one?
Oh boy, this was. Let me do the teaser. This was a heavier one.
Yeah.
Coming up now, Tracy Adams. I'll just losing my sparkle, a year of loss. I think all I'll need to do is read the first or maybe second paragraph.
Yeah.
For days we searched the barns and the woods, fearing we would find her stiff corpse. But even worse, we are left with the matter unresolved, not knowing what happened to our sweet gray kitty, and assuming the worst. Each morning she would always faithfully greet me with the same incessant meow as she weaved in and out of my legs, almost knocking me over on my way to dump food in her bowl. Today, as I finally disposed the Sparkle's bed and food bowls from the front porch, I sobbed uncontrollably as I was letting go of her and everything she meant to me. Trigger warning, loss of pet, and I'm not saying that ironically, but this is definitely more of a slice of life wellness story, closer to what we publish on a regular basis after last month's social gossip fun piece. So we definitely are looking for more submissions to oddball stories. So we encourage you to do that.
Oddball Stories Oddball Stories was invented to be a non-fiction. Tell us your story in under 1,000 words, basically. Did you say under 1,000 words? 750? Give it to us. Give us your story. A brief story, not the full story. Anyway, all right. So Tracy Adams has shared her love of literature and passion for writing through teaching middle and high school students, her own homeschool children, and now her young grandchildren. In this last chapter of life, time has finally permitted the opportunity to share some of the many stories she has written over the years with the public. She's inspired to write about people and experiences which have deeply impacted her life and the lives of others, acknowledging the wounds we suffer while focusing on the hope we all desperately need. Thank you for reading this very short nonfiction story about a very difficult year of my life. That's really nice. That's a really nice bio. That's a very, very genuine bio right there. And if you read this story, it starts with something sad and ends with something sad. So it's a sad story, but thank you for sending us your stuff to Oddball Magazine, Tracy, and we hope you send some more stuff again.
So let's up the ante of sadness a little bit. I want you to, I can read part of this.
Brian Mosher, our friend, Brian Mosher. Great.
Who was at the Oddball Festival this past summer.
Brian Mosher was at the Oddball Festival this past summer and did a wonderful reading. He's a local poet in Mansfield. Good guy. And here we go. Photography from Glenn Bowie, our friend there. Beautiful piece there with the red and great.
And the poem, I'll give the first couple of stanzas just for teaser. Too late, burdened beneath the weight of things left unsaid, of questions left unasked. Now that it's too late, I thank you every day and recall your gentle wisdom with gratitude. I would pay more to hear your voice and your laughter than for any other sound I can imagine. I'm going to let you read the rest of it there, but I'm sure you were tagged on the Facebook post.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I will.
Am I on the Facebook post?
I believe you were tagged on it. I'm going to find it right now. But basically,
oh hey, Chad, I started a personal Instagram.
What's that?
I started a personal Instagram. I have 1 follower.
Oh, good Lord. Anyway.
Yeah, it's JSNWRT. Follow me. That's my name. Because I figure
Well-
hey, if I want to put pictures of whatever I want, I can. It doesn't have to be oddball related,
Yes.
So I thought that might be a good idea.
Very good.
Brian Mosher.
But yes, but before we go any further, I wanted to take a quick look. And here we go. Honored and thrilled to have a new poem published by Oddball Magazine today.
Nice.
And I thought there. Oh, here we go. I thought there was a notice that he had put saying that this fell close to the anniversary of the death of his father, who the poem was named after.
Oh, geez.
But I cannot find that information. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. But
Yeah.
I do remember that. I do remember that being mentioned when
I love the bio.
when Brian had done a post.
Yeah.
But he did. I believe he at least tagged me, and I think he tagged you as well in the initial thank you post. But maybe it's on the Friends of Oddball site. But I did recently. Oh, here we go. Because he was definitely a guy. Excuse me.
Also, Chad, if anyone wants to join the Friends of Oddball Foundation Facebook page, please just send an invite to Chad or me. I think you can just get to it right there. I don't know how do people get to that? They just have to request it, right? Just find it.
To get to what?
Friends of Oddball Foundation Facebook page.
I think you just find it and you join, and we let you. We
Yeah.
will.
It's pretty active. It's a pretty active community. So please check it out.
I think you just have to apply.
Hey, Chad, can I tell you this is a cool bio?
Are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Muted you by accident. Here we go. So
you are drunk with power, Chad. Chad, you are drunk with power right now.
I just do that when I go from tab to tab, but
drunk with power.
Exactly. All right, so
I really want to read Brian Mosher's bio because it's great.
Oh, keep on going, and then it's your turn to read your poem. But
Brian Mosher lives in Minnesota, Massachusetts. I've never been nominated for a push cart, but I did read at the first annual Oddball Festival, which I think is much cooler.
Suck up. But anyway.
That's the best bio ever. Glenn Bowie is a published poet, lyricist, musician, and photographer from the Boston area. He also owns and operates an elevator company that supplies custom-built elevators for clients from New England to Hollywood. Author of 2 poetry and photograph collections, Under the Weight of Whispers and Into the Thorns and Honey. On Big Teal Publishing, he donates all profits from his books, various charities for the homeless and local animal shelters. I love this. This is a really nice pairing of poem and prose there. Very nice. Good stuff.
He did a good. He did a good job with this one.
Yeah.
It was a good. This was actually sent to me to consider for like another poem from months back. I ended up not using it. I'm glad I saved it. And now it's your turn, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this one is this one's a little bit stupid, but I thought that it reminded me of you, Chad.
Okay.
In the nicest possible way. Be more mitochondria. You remember how you used to go, be more whatever.
Be mitochondria harder. Yeah, okay.
Mitochondria harder, people.
That's based on an old joke from John DiMaggio, who is the voice for Bender and a whole bunch of other cartoon characters. There was a joke once he was at a game that the Flames were playing, and the Flames hockey team were losing really bad, so he yelled out to the floor, "Come on, Flames, play harder!
Come on, Flames, play harder!
Come on, Flames!" Yes.
All right. Jag Thought 512. Be more mitochondria. Energize me, illuminate me. Oh, wait. All right. Jagged Thought. Jagged Thought 512. Be more mitochondria. Energize me, illuminate me. Not hypochondria. Don't make me afraid. Don't make me fear me. Illuminate me. Show me that I know what mitochondria means. Jason Wright is the editor and founder of Oddball Magazine. His column appears weekly. His third book, Train of Thought 2, Almost Home, is available now at the Oddball Bookstore. And Chad, you know what a mitochondria is? You do, right?
Explain it for the cheap seats, sir.
No, so mitochondria is the life energy of the cell. I believe, unless I'm totally wrong. It is the life force. It's a very important part of the body, and it lights you up and energizes you. Where hypochondria makes you afraid of everything, makes you fear everything.
Gotcha.
So mitochondria lights you up. It's like an energy nucleus or something. Maybe you should fact check me, Chad. So people are like, a mitochondria actually is a stegosaurus from the 17th century.
I yearn for someone to correct us.
All right.
That means someone was listening. So
Someone's listening.
I dare you to be our ombudsman.
Yeah, right. By the way, a mitochondria, I believe that's an old wooden ship.
By the way, an ombudsman is someone who drinks Bud while working for a newspaper. But anyway,
Be more mitochondria, people. All right,
yes.
so mitochondria versus hypochondria. So hypochondria makes you afraid of things. Mitochondria is the lifeblood or the energy of a cell. So that's basically like energize me, don't make me fear me. And
it's the actual dictionary in Google says an organelle found in large numbers in most cells in which the biochemical process of respiration and energy production occur. It has a double membrane, the inner layer being folded inward to form layers.
yeah, it's important.
That's actually that's mitochondrion, mitochondrion.
Well, that's not what it is. A mitochondria is Oh, jeez.
Mitochondrion has layers. They're like algas. They got layers like onions. Anyway, I think your explanation. I think your explanation was very satisfactory.
Oh, thank you. Generates most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reactions. Pete Pence. No. Have you seen that movie? You haven't seen that movie, right?
Who's what?
So I Married an Axe Murderer. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Pete Pants. Now. Anyway, old reference. Okay, so
okay, there's 2 oddball episodes to go through. This is the week that was from the 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you did that. Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, I have 2 of them in there.
Guest starring Lucci, almost. That was
what can I say?
Funny. Lucci's last line was, "Guys, I have a bad phone." Guys,
he did have a bad phone.
My phone is too old. She never got back on again. And it was just so funny.
That is also true.
Maybe it's because I'm calling from a meat locker. Anyway,
is that what he said?
He said, "Oh yeah, well, I'm calling from the meat department." I'm calling from a meat locker. Be more mitochondria, people. Listen, enjoy a review of last week at Oddball Magazine. Lucci was on there for a good 5 minutes, actually.
If you told all the times he called in, yes.
And then you can check out the selector episode. Oh wait, and up above it is the meaningful Martin Luther King Day,
which I put there by accident. So thank you so much for pointing that out. Let's move on.
Well, if you want a double dose of the Oddball Show, there you go. And then also, this is very cool. You can also check out our the next one is our episode live with Dennis Vanasse, and that's actually
by live we mean live in Milford, recorded in Milford live.
Yeah.
And what the fuck are you doing? And what the fuck are you doing in Milford anyway? Good Lord.
He's out of the blue. You're gonna go to Milford.
I was doing more Joe Pesci, but go ahead. But
all right. Who are you doing?
I was trying to do Joe Pesci from Casino, but it's okay.
All right. I was doing the God rest his soul. The guy Chris Penn.
That's your only other impression.
I got 2 impressions, man. Unless you want me to get into some Simpsons characters, and then it's not great. Because my voice is not good. You know what I probably sound like? Anyway, poem by Noah.
I was going to say Ralphie from The Simpsons, but you keep going.
Ralphie. Poem by Noah. Ralphie. Poem by Noah Berlatsky. Yes. Noah Berlatsky. That name sounds really familiar. Was he in?
He was a previous contributor to Oddball about sometime last year.
Well, yeah.
I think April of last year, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now this is excuse me. According to him, this is from this is a tribute to New York School's type of poetry, where he was just trying to make himself laugh. Nominate. Just to justify, that's not the dog. I don't know what it was all spent on. We can't afford that, though. I do not want to capitalize that letter, but algorithms snort like hippos on some beach shore, and they will eat you. I think they will. Stomach the small blue bowl of you that didn't get a chance to love you. Like, that's too embarrassing. And I don't think Princess Leia was his sister in that first movie. I, I'll tease. I would just want to do teasers this week, but
Oh,
if you
you're just
want more,
teasing. You're just
yes,
teasing.
if you want more verse that sounds like nonsense verse, check out Noah's work. Noah Berlatsky is someone who is definitely online. If he has a bunch of chapbooks coming, among them No Devotions from LMCD Communications, sort of about Mary Oliver. You can send $19.99 for Supplements of Freedom, sort of about our current text deluge. And he also wrote a book about the original Wonder Woman comics, and his daughter is a prize-winning playwright. He tweets too much at N. Berlat and scribbles longer at Everything is Horrible, which is
his Twitter handle is NBERLAT, and Everything is Horrible. Let's check it out real quick. Everything is Horrible,
which is a Substack.
Is a Substack. So
yes.
You can kind of go to that Substack there and check out his Substack. Really big shoe.
Substack, baby. All right. Anyway,
Substack,
and of course, props
baby,
to Edward Galt as well.
Oh yes, Edward Galt. Of course, Edward Galt is putting out some beautiful photography of skylines and stuff. Edward S. Galt is a poet and fine arts photographer living in Brighton, Massachusetts. His work has appeared in Oddball Magazine, Spectrum, Wilderness Household Review, Interludes, Currents, and Encore. All right, so what do we got here? Now we have, we have Thomas Reisner art. I think we've seen Thomas Reisner recently.
He's been in a couple of times. We have so much artwork of his. It's I found crazy. It's been hard to find matches to a certain degree, but I didn't mention it at the time of the end of the year. But he's almost, even though he's been doing this for a long time, in a way, I almost consider him a breakout talent for our magazine.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of him in the months to come.
Yeah, he's quite good, and I remember his bio because he's he abstract instead of the given abstract figuration. Yeah, I remember him. So do you want me to read this one poem by Lois Marie Harrod?
Ooh, this is A Kettle of Fists.
Yeah.
Suddenly I saw my sister kettling with the vultures in the cold heaven, a black spoon stirring the birds of death, blue broth swirling with their wings as Chagall might have spun them through the sky. And I remembered how my sister suspended her baby girl in the basket twirling from the ceiling in that ramshackle tilt, and how her baby's hands were tucked into cold blue fists.
Whoa.
My sister always says she does not like children. My sister says she does. She did not want those damn kids. I do not think I can tell more of this story.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wow. So now you can see the logic of the artwork above.
The artwork, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, geez, that's a heavy one.
I'll have you take a deep breath and handle the bios, sir.
By the way, I saw a movie yesterday that was actually horrific. I was on vacation, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was a terrible.
Was it a documentary on ADHD? Because that just came out of nowhere, sir.
No. Because it reminds me of this poem. It was a movie called True Story with Jonah Hill and James Franco. Did you see that
I've heard of it. I know what you're talking about.
That was a tough one to watch on vacation at a water park with my daughter sleeping. And my wife's like, let's watch a movie with Jonah Hill. And it was not a good movie. I can
imagine your hands were like locked just to make sure the other one didn't run away.
It was a tough one. It was a tough one. But but then I watched another Eric Andre on Broadway, and I laughed and laughed. I think he did Nitrous on stage. Louis Marie Harrod is over 28,400 days old. Chad, how old is that?
It's almost. Say that again.
How old is 28,400 days old?
Over 30. Next.
I spent many of those days writing and teaching, which in retrospect seems rather odd. Thomas Reisner. I was born in Leipzig, Germany in 1971, and I still live here today. Already in elementary school, I often painted abstract instead of the given concrete drawing. I later retained this style or changed it to abstract figuration. I painted a lot at home, always without professional guidance. I didn't have any specific role models. When I start a picture, I only have a certain idea, but often something completely different emerges. I would describe myself as an outsider art artist. Whew, that is
If I'm right with my estimations, she's 76.
is that right?
I,
28,400 days old.
yes.
Wow. Whew. What?
What? Huh? What? Okay, let's go to
World class journalism today. It's all one thing.
world class. No, these are all world class segues here.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude?
Well, what's the deal with Pandemic Labyrinth? All right,
Okay.
Chad, go ahead.
First paragraph. The pandemic matches the moldy ancient myth of the labyrinth where our youth just have to be sacrificed to the half man, half beasted labyrinth spin center of the deadly congested imperial city, where the folk go to escape the empty backwater of the outlands of isolation and neglected decay. And only the one Minos, ruler's loving daughter, has the moxie to imagine the new liberation way. But that's the corollary that's the corollary hidden human backstory. The Spider Woman, whose powerful, strong thread is so fine and connected and overflowing, her story is the redeeming innocence so thoroughly led that the rest of us who have now gathered again in our megacity global coastal combined portals, a computer wired virtual digital moving faster, have been left so herd immunity absolute mortal.
Wow. Wow. James Van Loy has been a fixture in Boston's poetry venues since the 1970s, a member of Cosmic Spelunker Theater, and has run poetry workshops for Boston area homeless people at Pine Street Inn and St. Francis House since 1992. Van Loy leads the Labyrinth Creative Movement Workshop, which his Labyrinth title poems are based on. His work appears weekly in Oddball magazine. Oh. Yeah, that's great. That is the 520th poem from James Van Loy. Fantastic.
And
Janet
your turn to read Bamboozle.
Oh, here we go. So Bamboozle No More is always follows it always follows James Van Loy in this week that was, and here it is. Bamboozled No More. Impatient
Go, man, go.
Waiting impatiently for spring. These days of gray skies and silence, soon to be interrupted by cars splashing through street puddles, occasional bird chatter. Feel like a kid again, waiting impatiently for sunshine and recess. God bless inner kids wherever you be. That's nice. She's been writing some good stuff the last couple of poems I've read from her. She has a very optimistic viewpoint on things. I dig it. All right, and on to Bruce Wise.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay, I'll select my favorite haiku. I'll select my favorite haiku. You select 5 sonnets in order
Right.
of how many words used in each one.
Okay.
I'm fucking with you. Okay.
Like that's math, Chad. I'm a writer. That's math. Can't do math.
Yeah, okay. My Huddled in the Haiku by Claire Du Ibuse. Huddled in the cold, no katana is needed. It is a snowstorm. I actually chose this because I thought it was humorous.
No.
And again, for those of us who are joining us for the first time ever, Who the fuck is Bruce Wise? Well, who the fuck isn't Bruce Wise? As a matter of fact, Bruce Wise has a litany of personalities, and so, given in the form of different bylines created by anagrams of his actual name.
Yeah. And this one's really interesting, Chad. This one I'm about to read is
which one is it?
Casita on Khalida's verb. I don't think it's called Casita. It's not called Casita, is it? Is it Asita? What is it called?
Well, how many down are you? Let me see. I'm trying to.
Casita on Khalida's verb. It's from Salman
Rushdie.
That's
the writer. Oh, okay. Yes.
It's not the word. It's not the It's when someone puts a death hit on you, right? That's what a casita. Because it happened in I don't know what it happened in Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it's a Salman Rushdie thing. So.
Oh,
okay. Yes. A thing on Salman Rushdie, like when he wrote that book. So this is really
Yes.
interesting. This is like a really interesting poem. I don't know how I'm saying casita right, Jack. Can you look that up? Casita? I don't think
I'm
that's
working
right.
on it right now, sir.
So anyway, this is really cool. So it's so Bruce. I mean, Bruce took two of his characters and put it in. This one's about one of the characters, whether or not he's alive or dead. We don't know.
There you go.
If you can, Aceta, I don't know, Aceta, Aceta. No, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to. On Khalid Aswerb by Saeed Kurluz. And it says, nobody can face the world with his eyes open all the time. Salman Rushdie, Midnight's Children. So you know the story about Salman Rushdie, right? You know that
Yes,
story, right?
casita. Well,
Yeah.
the Arabic word means intention, and that's the actual
Oh,
literal translation of the word, which makes sense.
yeah.
Okay, as far as
Intention on Khalid Aswerb. Did I pronounce that correct?
pronunciation, I'm checking right now.
Sita?
Give me one sec.
Is the Q silent?
Finding out right now. We gotta check.
Casita.
Give me one sec.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up.
Casita actually seems to be right.
Casita on Khalid Aswerb by Saeed Kurluz. Nobody can face the world with his eyes open all the time. Salman Rushdie, Midnight's Children. Okay, this is very interesting. Khalid Aswerb was just an ordinary dude. He did not seem extraordinary, kind, or crude. The vest and pants he wore were neither neat nor rude. He did not walk around the house if he were nude, and yet he would take off his clothes. He was no prude. He rarely smiled, but again, he didn't brood. He didn't bottle feelings up. He never stewed. He seemed to do no single thing he ever rued. He seemed to do no single thing but what he should. Never dared indulge in anything he could. He seemed to do exactly what one thought he would. Although he never cheered at games, he never booed. He ate the proper portions when it came to food. He never drew attention in the neighborhood. He never gave a leering look. He was not lewd. He was a person who preferred an even mood. He was no introvert, but he would not intrude. He didn't argue anything. He never spewed. Though he could love and would, he never oohed or cooed. He loved round grassy hills, but also loved the wood. Who'd ever think that he was either bad or good? By Saeed Kurluz is a poet of Indian Ocean edges. Salman Rushdie is a contemporary Anglo-Indian proset. I'm telling you, man, Bruce is next level smart. Next level smart. Chad, you want to read one?
I thought I did, but okay, let's find another one. Let's.
Cathedral.
Okay?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Cathedral by František Kupka. Wow, how do you know this stuff? I don't know any of these things. I mean, I know a little of these things.
Let's try Umbertones.
Umbertones, here we go.
In an apartment in Milan, he owned a library of 30,000 books, in Rimini some 20,000 tomes, some tucked away in semi-hidden nooks. This follower of George Borges, this Italian literary novelist, the semiotic camped at the abyss, this anthropological archivist, whose library of Babel and James Joyce, a labyrinth sanatorium, contained an echo flat as Montala's voice that flowed into the new millennium. From falling through postmodernism's haunt, an avalanche that started in Piedmont.
Wow.
Italian postmodernist Umberto Eco, James Joyce. Like the proset in the above sonnet, Italian postmodernist Umberto Eco. James Joyce was a modernist Irish proset. George Borg was a Argentinian modernist poet and proset. Milano is a city in northern Italy with a metro population of around 3,200,000. Rimini on the east coast with about 150,000. There.
Wow. How? Be more mitochondria, people. Chad, that's crazy, right? I mean, you think Bruce is? It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, Bruce.
He's very busy.
Very busy. So, Chad, did we just fly through the week that was?
Yes, I'm about to press a lever and just like suddenly get out of here.
I think Chad is dying right now. This is great.
That
Chad,
was deceptively far.
let me know if you're okay, Chad. Chad.
I'm not dead, but I've been hurt very badly.
I'm hurt very badly.
Wait, someone's coming now. They're going to help me. You shot me. You shot me in the leg.
Oh man.
I'll be all right if I get some medical attention.
Oh, you know the Python. You know the Python big time. You're a Python.
Well, of course. I was channeling Will Ferrell from Austin Powers. I'm not. I was burned very badly. I could use some help. Wait, someone's coming. I was going to be all right.
Oh yeah, that was
You
good.
shot me, but I'll be up.
You shot me, but yeah, right. That was good.
All right, I think we're done now.
All right, this has been the week that was. Me and Chad. Chad, I appreciate you being.
I'm sure we're going to be so unhappy with the fact that we didn't spend an hour and a half, 45 minutes rambling. That we're going to have a guest star next week, and hopefully.
Oh yes, we are going to have a guest star, and believe me, it will be.
Hopefully he'll agree to it, or she'll agree to it.
Yeah, he or she.
And it's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
That's going to be great. Chad, thanks again. Thanks for taking over the host chair today.
Yes. Comfortable chair here.
You really led the Starship Enterprise straight into the ground.
I need a Starship Enterprise chair next time. I'm going to work on that.
All right,
thank you, everyone, and have yourself a good night.
Hey, Chad, sign off. Sign off as the host, and I'll be like, meh. Go ahead, Chad.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for something other than your crotch. Okay, goodbye.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to take over the chair for a second. Yeah, this has been the week that was. Another installment of Oddball Show. Stay tuned for some good stuff coming from Oddball Foundation, including another interview with a great guest who's very inspiring, who went on a journey, and you'll learn more about that. That filming is happening tomorrow. This is great. The peer support groups, that we're calling the Artist Collaborative, is going to be happening in Franklin, and that's going to start in February. And I got some great live guests lined up. We have a good guest hopefully coming on next week on the week that was. You might see him or her on the week that was. It'd be a really great show. And yeah, that's all we have for today. Thank you for listening to our podcast, The Week That Was, brought to you by Oddball Foundation. Remember, be good to each other and read a book. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And the Oddball Foundation is dedicated to mental health advocacy through art.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oddball Show features content intended for mature audiences. If you'd like to view a content warning before listening, please check out the episode description. The views put forth by our hosts and our guest reflect the speaker's opinions and not the official stance of Oddball Foundation. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy the show.